Hey, Phantomaniacs, welcome to the newest unboxing here on the Needless Things YouTube channel. You may notice slightly different surroundings here than you're used to. I am currently at my parents' house in North Carolina, making do with what I have. And I gotta say, I think I made a neat little setup here. If you check out Instagram, you can see a little video of what I put together. My mom helped out, got me a lamp and got me a little desk area. And fortunately, because I'm a professional, I had a table cover with me, so we've got a nice background here. But anyway, very excited to review these JoeFest exclusive figures that I got. We're starting off with the... we've been talking about these things for months and months on Audible Interlude. There is no toy line I'm more excited about right now than Operation Monster Force from Fresh Monkey Fiction and... oh, that's going to be something to get used to. My rotating camera display. And Big Bad Workshop, which is Big Bad Toy Store's kind of in-house brand that they're working with. I think mostly just Fresh Monkey Fiction. Sorry, I'm making a little adjustment to the camera here. We're learning as we go. To produce new toy lines from independent toy companies, because as much as we may know Fresh Monkey Fiction has been doing this for a very long time, and we think of them as maybe not a major toy company, but certainly one that's been around doing this for a while, they're still a small independent toy company. And I had the pleasure of talking to some folks from Big Bad and some folks from Fresh Monkey Fiction at JoeFest, and found out that the first wave of Operation Monster Force figures are going to be hitting in August. I highly recommend you get your pre-orders in now, because I think once reviews start going up, that first wave is going to sell out and it's going to be gone. But anyway, this is the Blood Prince Dracula, a JoeFest exclusive. However, it will be available. Whatever remaining quantities they had after JoeFest are going to go up on Big Bad Toy Store at some point, maybe now. And then this is also going to get a regular wave release later in the line. But I'm excited because I have been dying to get my hands on these Operation Monster Force figures. Like I said, there's nothing more exciting in toys right now to me. This is a bagged and carded figure done basically just to get it out there. And as I've said many times before, I don't care if retail figures start coming in bags. Fine by me. So let's get this thing opened up and check it out. Like I said, I'm absolutely so excited about this. I want to see what the articulation is like. I want to see what the construction is like. I want to feel the plastic. I want to see how snugly the joints fit together, how well any cut joints line up. You know, all that stuff that we need to know to have quality action figures. And look, having reviewed the Naughty or Nice Santa Claus action figures, I had no problem backing backing every single Operation Monster Force figure that has been put up for pre-order so far, because I know the quality is there. I trust this company, and you can see, you know, if you go on Big Bad Toy Store and you look at the selection, you know that they're just putting out some incredible stuff. All right, we're going to set our accessories aside for the moment and take a look at the figure. This is a translucent variant, which you know I have a weakness for translucent stuff. Oh man, this already feels great. This is a translucent variant of their Dracula figure. So detail-wise, I don't know how well... first of all, I've got to say, my little setup here is working out a lot better than I thought it would. As a matter of fact, I might like this light I'm using right now more than the one I have at home. I don't have any figures to compare this against, but I will tell you it is sized like with G.I. Joe Classified. It's going to work next to those. I can tell in hand that proportionally size-wise, that's what it's gauged for. You can see kind of overall the figure, but let's go ahead and zoom in and get a closer look at the detail. You can see that portrait. Very, I'm okay with different takes on Dracula. I'm really annoyed that the Marvel Dracula figure that was just announced is not Mustache Dracula. because to me, Marvel's Dracula must have a mustache. But this is a different story. This is a different Dracula. So he's got a beard, got a very regal nose going on there. And then I like the paint, only paint on the whole figure, as a matter of fact. But the black in those eyes, I think very important. It could have just been all translucent with no deco whatsoever. But the black in those eyes just brings it, up just a little bit higher level than just a regular all translucent release. You can see his waistcoat, the straps and buttons on the front, nicely sculpted. He's got an ascot going on there. The long coat the bottom part is a very soft plastic, so it's not going to interfere with that articulation. Oh, and look at that. Drop down hip, which I did not realize these were going to have. Oh, so this is all... I'm shocked that they've actually used translucent plastic for those connecting joints. Look at that. That's a bold move considering the issues that translucent plastic has historically had, although we know it's a durometer problem more than it is a material problem. But impressive that they, went with that. So he has got underneath this waistcoat piece, which this is all one piece, it seems. Well, let's see. So this is fused or welded or whatever the case right here. But this is a piece on top of his torso because there is articulation underneath this piece. You're not going to get a whole lot of movement out of it, but I think that's okay. So shoulders moving around really nicely, and they do have the butterfly joint. Again, same style as Classified. You can actually see the top and the bottom right there. So it's got motion that way. You've got a swivel at the top of the bicep, double jointed elbow, and everything is moving pretty nicely. I'm not too concerned about anything being a problem as far as durability or fragility. Okay. Yeah, all of those joints moving really well. All right, so we already saw the drop down hip. This has a standard. This is basically, gosh, that's scary. Look, is that going to, okay, so that pops right off and pops right back on, which is preferable to a break, right? This is basically articulated exactly like a Classified figure. An interesting look. That is like a tactical pant design there. But it works. I'm completely fine with it. And I'll be curious to see the final production model. That does kind of pop off. Maybe a little too easily, but at the same time, better that than breaking, right? You do have to grab a hold of that upper thigh when you want to swivel that. Double jointed knees. Only thing I would notice there is that the texture that's on the trousers is not on the knee joint, but that may be, maybe he's wearing Dracula's gear may be a little more tactical than I'm realizing it is. I'm not positive because I have not seen the final Dracula figure in hand yet. Boot top swivel, you can see he's got some nice high boots there. He's got tread detail on the bottom of the boots. And I do believe my fella has 2 left feet. Well, I'm going to have to contact Big Bad about that. My Blood Prince Dracula is not going to be dancing anywhere. I'm going to have to shoot him a message about those 2 left feet I've got going on. That's really funny. Okay. So there he is. You can see the sculpted detail. Again, I'm very happy with how this little setup is working. Everything, I hope you guys seem to be able to see everything very well from what I'm looking at in the camera. Completely just standard Classified articulation. So there is the figure Oh, and he's got a hole in the back for a backpack accessory. I don't know if Dracula would have a backpack, but that's probably standard in the line. We'll stand him right off to the side here. As you can see, he stands up really nicely. Let's take a look at these accessories. Everything is just in these little Ziploc bags, which is fine by me. Oh, wow, okay. So we've got an alternate head, which this is the one that I believe we've seen most often on the regular Dracula figure. The one that resembles Drew McIntyre to me. And then he's got a variety of hands here. His default hands are some... Oh, they're not trigger finger hands. I love that. So he's just got some regular C grips. And then he does have trigger finger hands. And the articulation on these is up and down, which is great. I think every trigger finger hand should be up and down rather than side to side. But then the C grips are side to side. And then he's got some sort of grasping type hands as well, with pointy claws on the end. Those are great. I think those are probably going to be, well, since we're, oh man, that pops right out so nicely. And right back in. Yeah, I think my Blood Prince here is going to keep his claw hands. And I think I'm also going to put that other head on him. Yeah, he's got to have the claw hands. That head. Pardon me if you're hearing some senior voices in the background. The parents are in the other room over there. I had to convince them to turn the TV off so I could do this. But clearly they weren't thinking about the fact that conversation could potentially be heard as well. But that's okay. I appreciate that I'm even able to get this stuff reviewed. Oh, that's beautiful. All right, stand him back over there. I might just keep my two left feet because that makes it not speaking from a value perspective, but it does make it a little more unique and kind of weird. Like, haha, I got a double left exclusive. So his stand is a big pool of blood, which is great. Has one peg, and the peg goes right into that boot heel very nicely. And then he comes with a blood sword, which I probably will not display because while you can easily justify the whatever the blood god's name was in Blade, that's what this whole look kind of reminds me of. So I can justify him being and his clothes, I guess, being translucent red. The sword, maybe not so much, but it's a killer sword. It's got the dragon hilt. It's very, very Dracula-y, like Francis Ford Coppola Dracula design. Looks great. I'm very excited to see the finished, fully painted product. So there he is. The Blood Prince Dracula from Fresh Monkey Fiction's Operation Monster Force. Like I said, these are hitting in August, and I highly recommend if you have any interest at all, go pre-order, at least a couple now that you want, because I 100% believe once reviews start going up of that first wave, it is going to sell out, and then the second wave is going to sell out. I think this is going to be the toy line of 2024. This is going to be the one that's remembered. So that is the review of this one, the Blood Prince Dracula. I will also be reviewing the Omen of Doom Forgotten King, probably tomorrow. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends about Needless Things, and until next time, buy what you like.
Smash that like button if you like Needless Things.